Right, what's next after the governor issued that executive order directing state agencies to stop using race-based spending quotas? He says the order brings South Carolina more in line with the federal government and protects funding for state agencies. But not everyone agrees. Josie Frost has the details and reaction from the State House.
For decades, South Carolina law has required agencies to set goals for contracting with minority-owned businesses, often aiming for 10% of spending going to these businesses. Another law requires the Department of Transportation to spend at least 5% of certain highway funds with minority-owned firms. The governor argues those policies amount to unlawful racial discrimination by favoring some groups over others. The order applies to all executive agencies, from the State Department of Transportation to the universities and colleges that get state funding. McMaster said if South Carolina does not comply, we could risk our federal funding. He cited an executive order from President Trump earlier this year directing federal agencies to stop using any race-based quotas, and a 2023 Supreme Court ruling that put tighter scrutiny on race-based programs and said they must have an endpoint.
If we didn't comply with the Constitution as viewed by the Trump administration, as viewed by me, by the lawyers here, if we didn't abide, then our people would be losing federal money.
It instructs state agencies to temporarily stop using the rules outlined in those two laws, but it doesn't suspend the law itself. Meanwhile, the GOP House and Senate leadership say they are drafting legislation to repeal both laws. But Democrats disagree. Senator Brad Hutto says the law helps small and minority-owned businesses compete for state contracts with bigger companies.
But I want to make sure that we try and keep in place some provisions that will help South Carolina small businesses in particular compete competitively for state contracts.
The executive order doesn't affect any existing contracts the state has. It only tells agencies to stop using the quotas to dole out those contracts. Lawmakers will have the opportunity to pre-file bills on this topic later this month, and those bills can be taken up when they return to the State House in January. In the studio, Josie Frost, News 19, WLTX.
All right, Josie, thank you so much.